G'day and welcome to another Pokemon Go video. Just jumping into a few raids today, and as you can see by, well, the background and probably the title of this video, the Lake Trio is back. So these are the regional legendaries. So we've got Uxie in Asia Pacific, so down in Australia, New Zealand. We've got Mesprit in Europe, Africa, Middle East and India, and then got Azelf in North and South America and up in Greenland. So we've got the three to choose from, and so this is probably time to start throwing out some remote raid passes and jump onto some forums to get some invites, because to get all three we've got remote raid invites, so we can actually catch these things. So I jumped on, I got a couple of invites, and I wanted to get one of each. So in the previous incarnation of this, I was only managed to get the Mesprit, because obviously that was all that was in my region, and I didn't travel to any other region in that time. This time, like I said, we've got remote raid passes, and it's the way to go. Honestly, jump on Reddit, jump on your local Facebook pages, look for a Facebook page in another country, and there'll be people wanting to, one, get the regional in your area, and two, you can get the regional in theirs. So it's actually quite interesting, and I think it's something it's good. It's brought a bit more community back to it. So I know recently, obviously, there's a bit less community going on because most of the world, the part that I'm in as well, has been locked down. So you're not sort of getting out and seeing anybody, going to raids in person. It's more about the remote passes. So this sort of brings it back. You have to have a bit more chat. Although it is virtually, but it's still chatting, organising raids for people in all other parts of the world, so it can be good fun. So it brings that community back in, and I was lucky enough to, get a couple of each, and so these are my, for the Uxie and Azelf. They're my first two raids of those. Mesprit, like I said, I got in the previous one because it is my area, but I managed to see the other two, which is really fun, and really glad I was able to do to see them. And then let's have a throw. So I did actually find it really difficult to throw at these three. I don't know why, but as you'll see, I don't get very many throw bonuses on these. And the really frustrating thing is, and the best way to catch any legendary, let's be honest, is take your time catching it. So don't rush. So what I do, as you can see, so I've gone the golden roses because I'm really chickening out and not going for any pineapples to start with, which is what I'd normally do. So wait for the Pokemon to, unfortunately these ones float up and down a lot, wait for it to get into the sort of standard position, and then throw your ball after midway through the attack. So as you can see, I set my circle size, I wait for the attack there, so there's some circle size setting, wait for the attack when they're at the bottom, and then throw during the attack, so the ball, and let it go before they finish attacking, but time it so the ball hits the Pokemon just after the attack animation's finished. So the reason you want to do that is because, one, it will then lock your circle to be the size, and there's the first one caught, so Uxie caught there, and let's see how we go. So registered to the Dex, so really good there. So like I said, so the reason you want to do that is for two reasons. So one, you can lock your circle size, and Uxie, first raid, 98%. Thank you very much. So really happy with that. One and done. I did go for another one, because who doesn't want a second one to potentially give to a friend who wasn't able to get around it. So like I said, wait until they attack, throw just after, and so the reason is it'll lock your circle size for one, and two, it will mean that it will not, well, I say it will not, but there's less chance of it double attacking straight away and getting your ball knocked out and wasted. So if you're at least getting it in the ball. So I do throw reasonably well. These are not good examples of that because I just butchered all of these throws, no idea why, but really struggled with it. So what you want to do is make sure you get it in the ball every time. That's one of the big things. Then you can start working on nice, great, and excellent. But if you get it in the ball at least every time, you really, really increase your odds. When a legendary Pokemon first came out, so the original bird trio, so one of the biggest things that was sort of I worked on was making sure I, tried to get it in the ball every time. So it wasn't going for fancy curved excellence. I was just trying to get in the ball, and that really helps. So work on that, and then you can and as you can see in the middle one there, I just got sick of waiting, so decided to throw when it was floating up high, because it took me an absolute age to catch that Mesprit. Took me a while to catch the Azelf as well, but it I was more patient on that one because it was obviously the first one I've caught, so it wanted to be a bit more patient. Lost my patience with the Mesprit, so that's another thing I'd suggest that you never do. Don't lose your patience, just wait for it to attack, throw the ball, get the throw bonus. Always helpful, and make sure it gets in the ball as well. So that's the big thing, I would say, with the legendary raids. But for these ones, like I say, jump on some forums, jump on some Facebook groups from areas that are outside, in regions that have the two that aren't in yours. So whether that be jumping on some of the Australian Facebook pages, jumping into Adelaide, Melbourne, Sydney raids, raid groups, they'll send you invites and they'll want whatever is in yours as well. Same for me, obviously, I'm in Europe. So I jumped onto some American ones. So I actually got a Canadian Azelf there, which is quite good. And then got actually randomly, even though I'm from Australia, got a couple of New Zealand Uxie, which is good as well. So really good there, being able to get those. And like I said, jump onto those groups, and people are looking for the reciprocal. So everyone's more than happy to invite. And it's quite good to get a little bit more community back into it again. Since everything's been locked down, it's sort of missing the community that has been sort of one of the strong aspects of Pokemon Go since it first, since it first came out, but I'd say more so with since raiding and community days and things like that. So that's been something that's really been missing recently, and I think this is a little bit of a step to get there. But it does mean you're going to have to get some remote raid passes and get around there. So there's the Azelf there. So managed to get a reasonable one there, so 15, 13, 10, so not horrible, but not absolutely amazing like the Uxie, but also not horrible. So we'll watch me still trying to catch this Mesprit. It took me an absolute age, and there it is. So finally able to catch the Mesprit and got the job done. So we'll jump into the next one and see how we go. But with a bit of a different video today, but with the changes in, so I have given PvP a run through, and with the Catch Cup, I'll be completely honest, I'm not a fan. I don't see the point, really, especially if it's a cup type. So if it's a type that happens frequently, there really is no point powering up anything now for the Catch Cup, because if the Catch Cup comes next time, anything you power up this time will not be usable. So at least with the Kanto Cup, anything that you power up in from the Kanto region will be able to be used in any Great League. Anything in the Catch Cup will just be gone. So it's sort of frustrating one for me. So I'm sort of trying some different things, but definitely excited by the fact that level 50 is coming. I will not be getting there anytime soon. I've got a whole lot more XP to earn, but we'll get there when we get there. So hopefully everybody else has had a good chance to catch some of these Pokemon and jump into, like I said, jump in, get some invites from around the world, and add all 3 to the Dex. It's the way to go. So hopefully that was useful, interesting for anyone, and thanks very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.